Hello everyone, welcome back. We are still playing Transport Tycoon. One of these things. Anyway, it's TT Classic. And I'm just going to continue where we left off. Funny, this is in the different order to OTTD, so those ones have a new files on the top. So for those of you just joining, and also to remind my own self really, we are playing a standard TD Classic game, and the aim is to connect pretty much everything. And I do kind of remember, I think there was a new. Hold on, I do need to start a timer, and that's important before I totally forget. There you go, timer is running. There was a new oil field here, which then got connected finally. So my last generic aim was, before I got probably way late with anything and everything, was to start connecting both farms, not just here, but like these two farms, getting hooked into this factory. And beyond that point, also continue essentially doing exactly the same thing for other farms and other factories. Now, I'm just talking out loud here because I have to remind myself as to what was going on, but also perhaps to remind anyone watching what was going on. So this has been done. Stating the obvious farms are white on the map. How about, okay, there appears to be, that's going here. I'm kind of eyeing these two farms that could then come in here, and I think that's precisely what's going to happen. Like I vaguely remember the other thing I was doing was generally upgrading, and I think I'm actually going to do that just as a variety thing. I'm going to start to upgrade these bus services to train services. Why not? So apologies for my what could be considered constant lack of remembering what's going on. But A, my memory is that of a goldfish, great. The other is that while these videos are being posted every second day odd, how hate you me? Not too badly. I obviously know there's no such word. In reality, there is quite a time gap between them being recorded, and I may play other things. I'm thinking, okay, let's try something, but I think this might not instantly work. Because what I'm trying to get to is something like this. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually matter because this bus is going to, in which case, let's just get rid of it and get rid of this station as well. I don't so much mind losing, this was a vehicle one. Oh, so romantic. I don't so much mind losing the stock of people. Okay, let's do this. And then they can still kind of build around. I'm thinking where to put. Don't say anything. Where to put the railway station. Yeah, I first of all, I don't have a particularly good memory at all. And second, I am still playing the OTTD game, and I had been kind of pondering on whether suddenly want to check something. I think, give me a sec. I'm still here. You might just see the into picture for a moment. Yeah, so I know this was a little bit weird. Essentially, what happened was that in one of the previous episodes, I ended up having a precious reverb. Yeah, because I had set both. Do I? Okay, let me think, because I could. Okay, you have a dock and a rail station, and you do generally have people. Okay, fine. Yeah, I basically had set the. I know what, sod it. If I do this, that doesn't include these hand buildings. Well, take 5. I set the microphone capture both on the into slide as well as on. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it here. As well as on the main video part, and even though once the into picture was off screen, it then kind of continued attempting to record my voice, which then meant that you ended up hearing everything twice, but in a really, really annoying way. I'm going to have this loop down. Do I? There's nothing here. So I could actually put this here. Okay, how many people have we collected so far? A fair few, but not that many. So I think we can, oopsie, get away with one track. And if I ever end up running multiple trains here, I can. Where am I coming again? Yeah. No. Also, I kind of remember saying no to this. I can choose to extend my one track should it be necessary. So I had a look, quite possibly in the previous episode. Again, I do not remember. But there are no vehicles after the year, no new vehicles, that is, after the year 1999 at all. At which point we get the monorail, and that's it. See how we go, really. I may or may not choose to play any further than that, subject to how and where we are at the time. That will do. With connecting everything, so stuff. Okay, you go. And I may need to pause at some point. I know I said that, but just to reiterate. Yeah, I kind of want to kill off buses. If I can. So, you already have passenger traffic. This bus should not exist. And I'm just sipping some decaf coffee. You might hear that. Apologies if you do. Okay, there's a bit more of a service going on here. There is a bit more of a service going on here, but okay, this is so. Last time I started building, filling up crazy bits of the lakes or canals or whatnot, which wasn't a great financial idea, but I'm thinking I wanted to keep this. Well, the obvious issue is twofold. One is that this house needs to go if I try to top this up, and the other is that I can't just put a station here. So I would need to tunnel through, and so if I wanted to put a station here, that would very hardly fit. Also, it kind of just avoids the actual town, which is not that useful. I could put a station here. Wouldn't I? Why don't I think about doing that? Like I know that we don't have a lot of money, like we don't have billions and billions, but unless our ultimate aim is just have loads of money, I say spend money. Good. Because we're not going to need it. Hello. Ships will get a bit confused, but such is the ship's life. So we can't actually check what's stopping here because the game doesn't have that capability. So I'm just going to get rid of these buses altogether. In a depot. Great. There are two main reasons why I'm doing this. One is that I still remember, and I may well be wrong, but I still remember that there is a pretty hard limit on stupid boats. They're so idiotic. Do you want to get out? Clearly not. Yeah, no one cares. So I still think that there is a hard limit on how many vehicles there can be in the game, and obviously it's easier reached go away with buses. No, I don't care. Okay, you do whatever. So let's think about this. One thing is that I don't want to keep this station, so I'm just going to move stuff around here, and it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So we get rid of this and move it here. And then I want to do something along these lines. Like, it obviously costs money, but it's not that terrible. And I'll move this as well. In fact, I'm thinking, hold on, I can get rid of all of the shut up. Because if I, yeah, that outstanding, great. That is indeed outstanding. So that needs to go because I want to put the actual station there. I'm just pausing, so in fact, I might not want to put the station there. I might want to put it here. Stupid boats, go away. So, because I don't want it to overlap with this, in which case I kind of need to put it here. F off. Okay, so, well, actually, I could just do that. No, I did not want to cancel out. That land required. Or, oh, because there's some junk there. Can I? Ah, shit. I really don't want to delete these two. Okay. What if I put it here? I could do that. So now that I've built up all this land, we'll unbuild. Mind you, I have goods here, and I wholeheartedly do not want goods here. No, I don't have goods here. You're lying. That has goods. So if I do this, and then the boats can probably come back this way. It's not the most award-winning logic, but such is life. And I want to give it a wide berth in case they want to build or something, i.e. the town may want to, I almost said explode, but expand is the way. Ship, get out of the way. And then they do want goods, and I still don't know why we're getting goods here. We should not be getting goods here at all. Shit. Because did I set it as unload? Of course I did not. I don't get this. I have a tendency to be stupid, but maybe this piece of grid, I think that's our problem. Well, try that again. So in that case, we put this here, and the boats can do a lot of things. What are you all doing? Are you unusually stupid? Yes, you are. You're trying to go to a station that doesn't actually exist. So now there should not be any further counts of goods. So this is going to be a bit detrimental for the town, but and you're trying to come back here again. Ugh. The stuff we have to put up with. In which case, we are going to have the same issue here. And we're going to have the same issue here. So clearly there's mislogic. Not that there was such a word, but anyway, I like making up words. So I once again don't know why we have goods here, but that's less of an issue because we're just not going to bother. So I was about to demonstrate my infallible English knowledge by saying that there is a mislogic. Because it would appear that the game identifies stations by label rather than some form of an ID. I definitely put way too much instant decaf in that coffee. Okay. So I was about to exterminate more of my bosses. So this is far from ideal in many ways. I mean, I don't know what that train's stopping there for, but it's just loading. Okay, so that coal train is coming through here, and I don't want it to come through here. That's going to be the first thing, because what I want, is something along the lines of putting a station right here. Except that probably won't fly because there are many roads. Can we get rid of all of them? So try starting. Try starting here. Then kind of loop out again. If I get rid of this lake and then come up this way, I don't actually care that there are many people here. And you were turning. No, you were not turning around. You were coming here. I mean, this is not necessarily a problem because I think buses will start. Jesus fucking Christ, go away. I was about to say buses might start complaining that they can't go to wherever they're trying to go. But clearly I was being optimistic. So if I go away. If I actually take action on what I said and get rid of this. So let me think. One option is that I kill off all the roads here. But then this is in the way. So I'm going to. I don't want to. Well, okay. So this just needs. It's very much not optimal. Okay. You all go into the depot there. So if I put a station. Still outstanding. I don't want to stop the town from growing is basically my slight issue. So what I'm thinking is, actually I did want that. Alternatively, I know the train's going to have to turn back. if I do this, that's a little better. So we have a new station, which is not great, but and then the town can do this. I can basically do exactly the same thing here. I'm still getting used to the fact that these are different. Okay, well, haha, very funny, and that actually allows me to do most of the things. So we just end up having a lot of people here, but that's kind of fine. And then we move. So again, in this game, it doesn't matter if we have proper connections or not. What I mean, I did not want that part. Like, we're not doing cargo distribution, this is essentially the point. Because there's no such thing. So if I do something like here and then kind of check out on this side, and I need to undo what I just did there in terms of the mass. So we no longer have buses here. But I can't do stuff here. It's just F off. So because we don't have cargo dist, still no double clicks. I don't think we'll need this long. But again, there's no upkeep cost for carriages, so having longer trains doesn't make an awful lot of difference. And then somehow loop back around here. And I'm just going to use my favorite get rid of everything tool. I said this before, and I know this is just a game and so on, but the fact that one cannot build on non-straight tiles forces so much destruction. I mean, the obvious is going to be up there. No, I don't want to turn here. Do that. In which case, I don't strictly need a double platform station. I did not want that. I did want that. Thank you. I don't want you to cross off there. Do I? Go away. Yeah, just do that. Did you pick that up? Yes. No one cares. You are doing things the wrong way because the stupid train's coming back. I'm sure I'll have about 5 million problems out of this. Okay. More out of curiosity, what's going on here? There's no goods coming here, so that's kind of fine. Buses, we still have buses. And why are you trying to go to places that don't really exist? It's hilarious. It doesn't actually complain that the station ceased existing. And then you're doing foreign pool, which still does exist. So compare the station here, that's not so much of a problem. I need to coerce my will upon this whole place if I want to put a station here, but then again, it doesn't have to be here, so. You go away. I really don't care about any of those. And I'm going to leave this being a single track. Me here, it's not the greatest, but they can build out that way. And I'm just going to wipe this whole place. And I'm thinking instead of putting a station here, I might do something like this. Can I? Of course I cannot. Sigh. That's famous last words, but if this can output 500 people per month, then it's extremely unlikely that we'll have significantly higher number of people queuing here. I mean, the train does not go far, and we're not going to get any slower than this. Obviously, this would be a better location. Well, it's just then this has to go and those have to go. It's again the thing that nothing can build on flat tiles. So it is 700 people here. Okay. Next. What are you doing, buddy? You're going from here to here. I don't even understand why there's a bus service running here. Ah. Do I care? I don't know if I care. Yes, that was number 10. 11. Yeah, this is where I may have more than just slight-ish. Go away. Tanningberry. Great Batborn. That's here. Fine. This is where I wish the HQ wasn't right there. Go away. So, and you. Yeah, I don't care. So I'm kind of thinking, because there's no good way about this being on a hill and all. And I do want, oh, there's a bus there, fine. Nanville. Seeding, Wheel, Farm, Pool. Okay, I totally lost where great, whatever. Well, as much as I'm not a huge fan of mixing stations, this is going to be a... What, does it have to be a 4? I mean, I could come out all the way here, just need to fill it up. Nope, I want... So then I can put a station for the wood services. How much time I have? 15 minutes and a bit. I still don't know where to put this other station. I'm kind of tempted to fill this up. As you may have, oops. As you may have figured, I don't particularly care much about money anymore. Money is just a label at this point. So in that case, if I, hold on, I have a cunning plan. I don't know what was here. Okay, transparent buildings, por favor. Because I'm thinking if I get the docks back, and then this is where I may have made a slight mistake, because I don't know if those vehicles actually acknowledge. They don't. Shit. Because they will never actually say anything. That's the hilarious stuff. Like, they don't actually complain saying, oh, hi, your station stopped existing and I don't know what to do, and OMFG. Okay, that's not relevant. This may be relevant, and this is not relevant. Fine. Famous last words, I think we're good. Where we're not good is that there's supposed to be a big old station coming here. And how do I want this? Before you lot get ideas, I'll just do it like this for now, and that at least blocks off So we can't use this because it's going to be used for our next station, and I don't want to do anything here. You know what? I am. Tempted to do something like. Yeah, B doesn't work, numbers don't work, nothing works, my life doesn't work. So if I do that, shut up. Okay. I mean, again, there's no traffic here, so, and this is single track. Am I going to regret this being single track? No. Oh, this is one of those back crazy. Okay, fine. In which case I might need to further expand this. In which case I need to reevaluate my logic here. In which case, a lot of this no longer applies. So that having 800 tons of wood or whatever it was isn't really a problem because it's just going to totally fizzle out. And will not bother. Passenger. Mail. You do that. I'm thinking, so if I probably would have been that much easier. Okay, so if I want to find a sawmill, that piece of music is only a little annoying. Okay, there are 2 sawmills here. But I don't want to use this. I think we're going to use that. So that was great bat shit or whatever it was called. Bat boy. So I can pull stuff out here and then hold it back here, either by ship or not. I'm going to do that. So you take wood at least this far. And I can actually go off this way. So yeah, that's just going to fizzle out. I don't actually care. You're already kind of losing the monthly tree allocation. I won't be able to delete these because there's a train in the way. Say. Okay. Of course you do. Okay. Seriously. Off. And I want transparent buildings. Okay. I wanted to make the bridge transparent, but never mind, never mind. So we're generally coming up here. I'm not going to have 4 bridges coming through here because I think that's just a bad idea. And even this is an overkill because I think... Okay. It's so annoying. I'm having some weird episode. I don't even know. It's not dissimilar to long COVID slash precursor to MS slash precursor to CME, which are kind of intertwined. It keeps coming and going. Not fun. Tired, but then I'm not, and I have weird feelings in my head, but I don't. And where the hell is Great Batshit Town here? I didn't really need this super span bridge, but okay, I can have big old sidings here. This is another place. The obvious issue with running trains everywhere is just that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that they take up so much bloody space. And I'm kind of tempted to run 2 pairs of rails. In which case, fuck off. That music is... what's the program? I want to take that 7 out. Sigh. All. Can't do that. Custom 1. Okay, easy drive. Can't take stuff out, is hilarious. Okay, easy driver, yes. Fell apart, yes. I think I want to skip. 2, 5, and 7. I mean, I keep kind of ignoring the fact that this game is stupid when it comes to signaling, so separating these out is not going to make any beneficial difference to me because there's no concept of a direction. Where am I? Not far. Okay. And that's a steel mill. So I'm thinking I could... there. Yeah, I'll probably put sidings here. I just need to get rid of this window, most of all. So how can I do, yeah, that? I mean, again, money doesn't matter. We already are back on 4+ million, so it's wholly not relevant. The only thing is, I don't know if I've been here. Yes, I have. Good. Started catching up on The Walking Dead. I had seen the first. Hold on, I need to pause. And I'm back for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be out of time. Okay. So I said something about putting a siding here. I don't think we need that, but hey ho. And then attempt to do the same here. Okay, just put a bunch of signals. I don't think I care. So we'll have a bunch of woodchucks go lob and yeah, I really don't care. I'm not going to put any more anyway. Come here, full load. Come here, go. I'm trying to get those 4 up and running before the session ends, because I'm totally going to forget what on earth I was up to. In about 2 minutes. Full load. Go there. Fine. I don't know why everyone's congregating here. And that's actually the timer. Oh, everyone's congregating here because I'm generally an idiot. And no one can come out the other way. Lol. So until that passes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I am going to stop kind of right here. Save the game. And yeah, next time I'll probably build out the boats for that sawmill. So thanks for watching, as always. I hope that was enjoyable. Any thoughts, comments, let me know, please. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye.